1, 2. Get down. The UFC is returning to the world-renowned Apex Arena in Las Vegas for UFC Vegas 108. I'm going to give my full predictions, breakdowns to every single fight on the card, and some best bets, some tidbits on what I think would be okay to play in every single fight. Starting with the early prelim opener. Austin Bashi versus Yannis. Austin Bashi coming in. That's a tough UFC debut against C-Rod. Tough UFC debut. Austin Bashi looked okay. He looked like, to me, what I got from that fight is he'll be okay. 23 years of age, still a lot to improve on. The fight was competitive, but he just made key mistakes in certain fights, giving up certain positions to the veteran. And that happens. 23 years of age, he's going to get much better. He's a really, really good wrestler. Working on the hands, not a lot of power in the hands, but a decent enough volume, comes forward. Strong guy, just wasn't as strong as C-Rod. I personally would like to see this guy, to see what he would look like at bantamweight. But he's fighting against Yannis, a guy who has big power in his hands. Big power in his hands, throws bombs, but can be taken down, can be backed up. Hasn't fought in a lot of good competition. Not in a good promotion either. Fury, holy shit. I'm picking Austin Bashi. He should definitely win. He should be able to slow Yannis down, avoid the big shots, see them coming, change his level, use those big shots to change his level, get him against the fence, really rain on him, really wet blanket him, find his way in decision. The finish will be amazing. And honestly, Austin Bashi, when he does get you down, he's working. He's working. So I'm going to go Austin Bashi submission in the second round. Moving on, we got Rodrguez versus Souza. Souza, big power, big bombs, but lost to Angela Hill. Split decision, very, very close. I scored it for Souza. Now I know somebody who had a bet on Angela Hill, so I was kind of happy for them in the moment. If you care to go see my live reaction from however long ago, I want to say that was a UFC Apex fight as well, but I scored that for Souza. Close fight. Angela Hill is a good fighter. Angela Hill is a girl who I would damn near pick to beat Rodriguez. Now, Rodriguez, good wrestling. Josephine Knudsen was undefeated, but we saw that from a mile away. I think she made us some money on that fight. And she kind of dominated her in that fight. Wasn't close, wasn't competitive. Really took her down, wet blanket her, beat her up. Jillian Robinson, no, that loss has aged well, I guess you could say. She's headbutting this girl. That shit damn near looked on purpose. I think it was on purpose. Ref kept telling her to stop headbutting. She was frustrated. She was headbutting the fucking girl. I don't know what the fuck wrong. She throw it off. So wrong with this girl? She fucking throw it off. Beat over Sam Hughes. That's a good win. That win has aged beautifully. But when I look at Souza, she's dense. I don't think you're just going to be able to just ragdoll her. Now, I think Pierre will have some success in the wrestling. I think this is going to be a close fight. I think it's going the distance. If there is a finish, I'm picking Souza to find a KO. Lafayette, though, she has good cardio. This is tough. I think the best bet on this is plus 3.5 on the Souza side. She has the finishing upside. She just needs to win a round. And if she wants to fight outright, you win. I'm going to pick Souza, though. I like the power. I like the finishing threat from her. I think the wrestling, we're in Vegas. You know, if you take somebody down, but you're not doing much with it, they're not going to score that like they would in other areas of the world, if you know what I mean. So if Souza getting her hands go, landing big shots, like I think she will, she is the better stand-up fighter. I'm going to be picking Souza by decision. Wouldn't be surprised if she finds a KO. Now we got Felipe Bunes versus Rafael Estevam. The odds are just way too wide for this fight, if you ask me. Way too wide. And I don't really understand why. Estevam, he is the undefeated fighter, but he gasses. I mean, third round, he's dog tired. Jesus Aguilar almost got him out of there. Now, Jesus Aguilar isn't a bad fighter at all. Jesus Aguilar was kind of not a bad matchup, but it was a hard matchup stylistically for Rafael because he's short, he's compact, has really good front chokes, hard to get in on takedowns. And Rafael Vazim was still able to do his thing, able to get in there and get some takedowns. But the thing about Rafael is his wrestling isn't that strong, if you ask me. Like, it's a lot of body locks, a lot of muscles, it's a lot of energy expended, it's a lot of trips against the fence. Felipe Bunes, he's good in those positions. He's good, and when he's on his back, he's good at getting up. He's good at attacking. He's good at staying active. He's good at staying busy. Josh Van, he got finished, but in that fight, he showed some speed. He showed that he has really good kicks to the front. I think he could use his teep kicks and give Rafael some problems here. I think he'll be the better striker, and I think he will have more cardio come the later rounds. So this is going to be a close fight. I think the first round goes to Rafael. The last round goes to Felipe. Whoever wins that second round, I'm going to go Rafael Estevam. But I'm telling you, this guy isn't really a parlay piece. And I'm telling you, this guy is not worth minus 500 at all. But I will be picking him by decision. I won't be surprised if he loses. Seriously, I think this is a close fight, just as close as this fight right here. Moving on, we got Gore versus Rodolfo Vieira. This one's hard. You look at Gore finished by Cody Brundage. That's ugly. But Cody Brundage is a finisher. He finishes guys. He's a killed or be killed guy. It's going to happen from time to time. Lost to Brian Battle, which is okay. Guillotines Josh Friend. Guillotines Antonio Tricoli. And it's like, I don't really know how. I mean, those are really good guillotines, really good, powerful guillotines. But low-level competition. Goes in there, gets his ass whooped by Marco Tulio. Takes his beating for as long as he could. I mean, he could have been finished. Anybody else would have been finished first round way earlier than he got finished. So hats off to him, but you got your ass whooped. Look at how Adolfo Vieira, he made Andre Petrosky like a good striker. Short arm, T-Rex arm, Andre Petrosky was in there tagging him up and beat him in a decision where the grappling was kind of nullified. There really wasn't any grappling going on. Tresean Gore is a good wrestler. Good defensive wrestler, good offensive wrestler when he decides to be. The thing is, he's not consistent. You don't know you don't know if he's gonna come out here, he's just gonna be looking to strike. You don't know if he's gonna come out here just looking to wrestle. You don't know if he's gonna mix it up. You really don't know. You don't know if he's gonna be gun shy. You don't know. Think about Adolfo Vieira. He's beating guys like Cody Brundage. He beat Armin Petrosian, which is an okay, decent win. But this just isn't good. If he can't get in on these takedowns and really do his thing on Tresean Gore offers some adversity. If Tresean Gore offers some resistance in the wrestling, and Adolfo Vieira showed me he'll abandon it and he won't really try to wrestle that much. He'll just try to outpoint you on the feet. And if he's doing that, I gotta pick Tresean Gore. I gotta pick Tresean Gore because he's the better striker. He has more power in the hands. He's a better striker than Andre Petrosky. Is he as good of a wrestler? I don't know. We're gonna find out. But I know if he offers some resistance to Adolfo Vieira, he'll kind of abandon that game plan. I think Tresean Gore's gonna be one landing the better shots. Now, if he's gun shy, I can't predict he's gonna be gun shy. But if he's letting his hands go, confident in his takedown defense, I think he can beat Adolfo Vieira. I'm picking the dog. I'm picking the dog by decision. Moving on, we got Rinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. Look, I know what you guys are saying. I know what you guys are thinking. Fraud check. Marine Guy Frost was a good fighter, but and Rinya fought a ridiculous game plan. But Nathan Fletcher, I thought he beat Colin Logren. I thought it was pretty clear that he beat Colin Logren. But the fight was close, and the fact that it was close enough for you to lose a split decision to Colin Logren should tell you everything you need to know about him against Rinya Nakamura. Colin Logren was able to hold you against the fence against your will. You were stuck on the fence. Rinya's gonna be having you stuck on your back. Now, Fletcher does have good jiu-jitsu. When he's on top, you're not gonna be on top of Rinya Nakamura. Is he the better striker? Sorta, but it's kind of long and rangy. Kicks from the outside. Patty the Batty's teammate. I think Rinya Nakamura at minus 430 is still a safe parlay piece. I think he's still a safe bet. I think Rinya Nakamura should run through Nathan Fletcher. Although I do like Nathan Fletcher. I think he should run through Nathan Fletcher with flying colors. Big bounce back win for Rinya Nakamura. Nick Klein versus Andre Pulyaev. This loss hasn't aged that well. But it was kind of a fluky rock that he had. Was it a spinning back fist, spinning back elbow? It was fluky. It was fluky as fuck if you ask me. But he hurt Mansour Abdul-Malik. Andre Pulyaev, short notice against Christian Leroy Duncan. Dogs out a decision loss, but it makes it to the end. Christian Leroy Duncan kind of smudged Andre against the fence. Really didn't let his hands go. Didn't really style on him like I thought he would, like I predicted him to. I'm going to pick Andre Pulyaev. Good grappling defense, especially when he gets his back against the fence. Really, really hard to take down, and he has power in his hands. Head kicks. Nick Klein's striking defense is not that great. I think Andre Pulyaev can find a KO in this fight. But he's also tough as fuck. He's tough as fuck. And he really didn't have any cardio. He gassed against Mansour Abdul-Malik. That was short notice. He's tough as fuck. I'm going to pick Andre Pulyaev by decision. Nick Klein is tough. But then again, I'm going to pick Andre Pulyaev to find a big shot while Nick Klein is backed up against the fence with his poor striking defense. And I think he's going to get him out of there. I'm picking Andre Pulyaev by finish. Now we got Danny Silva versus Kevin Vallejos. And maybe the odds are too wide, but the bookies are on to Kevin Vallejos. He is. I think he's going to put Danny Silva away in the second round. Look, Danny Silva is a good fighter. Moving around on the outside. Huge volume boxing. Landing about 8 strikes per minute, but he also gets hit with about 8 strikes per minute. You got Kevin Vallejos. He's representing that new guard of MMA, that new style of MMA. Kevin Vallejos, nasty boxing. Outstanding boxing. Might be the best boxer at featherweight. We'll see. Time will tell. He has that. I hate comparing him to Ilia Topuria because Ilia Topuria is his own man. I want Kevin Vallejos to be his own man. But he has that Ilia Topuria. High guard, heavy on the lead foot. The lead leg kick is going to be there. Heavy on the, but he's short, he's compact. He's very, very technical with his defense. And he lets his power shots go. Everything is with power. Everything is intended to hurt you while not overextending too bad to get hurt with something in the long run. Danny Silva doesn't have a lot of power in the hands. And it's a lot of just volume. Been going to a lot of split decisions lately to where I think Kevin Vallejos is putting away guys like Lucas Almeida. You know what I mean? So I'm picking Kevin Vallejos. I think you should put Danny Silva away. Kevin Vallejos is going to be a really, really good fucking fighter. Nasty fighter. That one loss, Gene Silva, decision. Kevin Vallejos is a fucking dog. Now we got Zaleski dos Santos versus Neil Magny. I think we're overthinking this one, guys. We're overthinking it. Yeah, Zaleski dos Santos just lost his last fight. He's been win-loss. Had a draw here, which was a crazy fight against Renat Fakhretdinov. Lost to Randy Brown. Lost to Chidi and Jaquani. Long, rangy strikers. Neil Magny is long and rangy, but he does not have the power of a Chidi Bang Bang, the power of a Randy Brown. While Zaleski does have the power. While Zaleski did hurt Chidi Bang Bang in the first round of that fight. He comes out fast. He comes out aggressive. Comes out looking to get his boxing going, his hands going. And Neil Magny's hold you against the fence, work the clinch, knee stomp, knee you to the thigh, and grind you out game. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think he's gonna be able to just hold Zaleski against the cage. Zaleski's gonna be moving. I think Zaleski's gonna be putting Neil Magny on the back foot, hurting Neil Magny, tagging Neil Magny with big shots, making Neil Magny look like he needs to retire. I'm picking Neil Magny to lose 3 in a row. Zaleski dos Santos to bounce back. I think we're overthinking this one, guys. Zaleski dos Santos. Now we got Karol Rosa versus Nora Cornolle. Karol Rosa, win-loss. So if the trajectory goes right, it's time to win one, right? I've been saying this about Karol Rosa for years now. I literally been predicting her. If she lost her last fight, I'm going to pick her to win. If she won her last fight, I'm going to pick her to lose. But I'm not going to do this here. I'm picking her to lose 2-1. I'm picking Nora Cornolle by decision. I think the best bet for this one is over 2.5. Karol Rosa is very, very tough. So is Nora Cornolle. But Karol Rosa, boxing in your face, kind of wants to slug it out, right? Not defensively sound, but she's landing more strikes than you are, so it doesn't matter. But the thing about it is Nora Cornolle is more defensively sound. She has good boxing in her own right, so in those exchanges, she will be able to land her own. While Karol Rosa will be hitting her, she's going to be able to land her own, and the striking is going to be close enough to where the difference will be the grappling, and Nora Cornolle will be able to grapple Karol Rosa, take Karol Rosa down, grind her against the fence, take her down, grind her out, beat her up. I'm picking Nora Cornolle, the dog, to beat Karol Rosa, and I'm fairly confident in it. Now we got my dude, the title run. We got to get the title run back on track. If you know, you know. Estevam Ribovics, probably my favorite lightweight. My favorite lightweight prospect for sure, but one of my favorite lightweights in the world. We got Estevam Ribovics, El Gringo versus my shooter box brother, Elvis Brener. Elvis Brener hasn't been giving, bro. Can we just talk about how he's not been giving any favors? He has to fight Madibek Olabai. After that, you give him Joel Alvarez. And then after that, you give him Estevam Ribovics. They're not giving this guy any easy fights outside of the rank. Same thing for Estevam Ribovics. He had to fight Nazarov in a fight where I scored for him to win. He had to fight Daniel Zellhuber, which hasn't aged that well, but we know Daniel Zellhuber's good. He got speed mouthed against Michael Johnson, though. Gets the crazy finish over Terrence McKinney. And it's like, damn. These dudes have been fighting nothing but the hardest fights imaginable outside of the rankings. And now they're running to each other. And I have to pick Estevam Ribovics by decision because Elvis Brener is just tough as fuck. Tough as shit. But I have to pick Estevam Ribovics because of the boxing. Estevam Ribovics, high volume, high pressure boxing, and he has big power in his the last shot in every combination is with power. Good kicks, and he is a good wrestler in his own right to where Elvis Brener's not going to be able to take him down, hang out on top, and just chill with Estevam Ribovics. Estevam Ribovics might reverse those positions, end up on top of Elvis Brener, and land damage. Estevam Ribovics war. He's looking to damage you. He's looking for the finish at all times in his boxing. And Elvis Brener, head on the center line, coming forward with that shoot the box style, trying to fight. Estevam Ribovics is going to be lighting him the fuck up. I think Elvis Brener might even look a little desperate trying to shoot for some takedowns. It's hard to pick against, you know, your boys, but I got to pick Estevam Ribovics. I think this was clear. I think he's a safe parlay piece. Money line is the way to go. Estevam Ribovics to beat Elvis Brener. Now we got Mateusz Rębecki versus Chris Duncan. I gotta go Rębecki. Is it Rębecki? Rębecki? Mateusz. I gotta go Mateusz. I gotta go Poland. Because Chris Duncan, first of all, Jordan Vucinic, you're banned, buddy. Chris Duncan is not a good striker. You wouldn't believe that his top training partners are Dustin Poirier. Maybe to Tejas Gamrot, you can see it a little bit because he likes to grind, he likes to wrestle, he has good neck attacks, but he jumps gilly, which means he's ending up on bottom. Jump Gilliam Mateusz Rębecki end up on bottom. He's going to beat the ever-living fuck out of you with the elbows on the top and the ground and pound. Mateusz Rębecki is a finisher, a guy with really, really good striking, really good kicks, really good boxing. Short, compact, going to be hard to get in on takedowns. Big power in the hands, and he can wrestle in his own right. Showed that he has cardio to go to war like he did against Madibek Olabai. Chris Duncan, while he does have power in the hands, he's slow. He's not a good fighter on the feet. And he's very, very hittable. Now, he has somewhat of a slight resurgence in his career. I think he's going to come to a screeching halt. Mateusz Rębecki, I think he's going to get him out of there. Third round, I think he's going to break Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan's going to be jumping gilly. He's going to be looking for anything, trying to pull something out of fire. Taylor's Rębecki is going to be ground and pound, TKO, drop him, club, maybe club and sub. I got Mateusz Rębecki to get it done against Chris Duncan. Now we got the main event, Taira versus Hung Seung Park. Too much too soon. Too much too soon, which is crazy because Taira is 4 years younger, but too much too soon. Too much too soon. I think this goes all 5. I think you're going to see some amazing scrambling. But I got to go Taira. Taira showed that he has gotten better on the feet. Now, Brener Royval, I'm not going to say schooled him, but Brener Royval showed that he still has ways to go. But that's Brener Royval. That's one of the best strikers in the... Brener Royval destroyed Brandon Moreno on the feet. Brener Royval just went to war with Joshua Van, the best boxer in the division. Split decision. I want to say it was a split decision. Maybe it was unanimous. But you know what I'm trying to say. And it came down to the last round. And it was a split decision loss. So that's a loss to where, like, it sucks that you lost that fight, but that's also a loss to where you're like, okay, I'm going to split decision with the best in the world. Okay. Now enter Hung Seung Park on short notice. Listen, the guy's a good grappler, but the guy faces adversity in every single fight, and none of the guys he has fought is in the same stratosphere as Taira. The guy faces adversity in every single fight. Now he overcomes that adversity, which is something you would love to see from your fighter, but you also would like to see your fighter, okay, let's learn from that, and if we're going to keep getting the same level of competition in every fight, let's start running through them. Taira is going to show levels against Hung Seung Park, and actually, I think he's going to sub him. 25 minutes is a long time against this big of a step up. I think he's going to sub Hung Seung Park. I think he's going to take us back. The jiu-jitsu is going to be next level. Crazy wrestling scrambles. I think it's going to be a fun main event. I'm going to be honest. I think it's going to be not a lot of name value, but I think it's going to be a fun main event. And I think Taira is going to look to show the improvements in his striking. I think he's going to utilize some of those kicks. I got Taira. I do. Let's go ahead and lock these picks in. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody I know that enjoys it like you did. You ain't got to go home, so you got to get up out of here, man. Yate.